Hey everybody, it's Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. It's Instagram Live Friday. Our favorite thing to do is be on location at our favorite spots in San Diego. And today I'm at Eco Decor with Timmithea Leeds, my buddy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so glad that you came.
I'm so glad. We did not even call each other and we're matching,
Nope,
which is so amazing.
Vibing.
We're vibing.
We are.
So we're so excited, you guys. I know you have seen me here before because we've done events here. I've worn Timithea's clothes before because she's an amazing fashion designer. So today we really want to talk about her story, tell you what you can expect when you come to Eco Decor because it's something that you've never seen in San Diego, and just talk a little bit about how important it is to not have fast fashion, right? And to have slow fashion. So that's what we want to do today. So hopefully you can hear us because we have microphones on. So give us a message if you cannot hear us clearly. But we're so excited. Okay, so let's get started. So Timmithea, you have loved fashion since you were a little girl.
I have. My mom always made my clothes. My grandmother was a professional seamstress and made men's suits.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I was kind of surrounded by fashion already when I was younger. And my parents are also very artistic, so I had that influence as well. And always loved fashion, and I wanted to be a fashion designer, but didn't know, how that could happen or when it could happen, and took the safe route, became a teacher and a mom, got bored, and was in a meeting, a teacher's meeting, and doodling and drawing dresses. Heard about Fashion Week San Diego and decided to try out, and did, and had some success, and was able to go on and show in London, and I was in British Vogue. So,
and she's really talented. I've worn her dresses on the show. I mean, everything. We're going to show you some pieces in here too. What do you love about designing too? Is it just the creativity of it?
That, and I always want to be unique and different, and I don't want to be wearing the same old thing that everyone else is doing. So that was a big motivation, is just creative-wise what you can do with making your own clothes.
I love that so much. Okay, so I want to talk about Eco Decor. What inspired you for this, and the name? We want to talk about the name too, right?
Yes. Okay. So Eco Decor means ecology for the body, and that came from during the pandemic. Nobody was buying dresses, so I kind of had to make a switch. And I've always loved vintage clothing, and actually my first collection was based on a 1930s dress that I picked up in Durango, Colorado. That had a huge flower on it.
Oh, wow.
And it was the inspiration for my first collection. So I've always really loved vintage clothing and decided that sustainability makes sense. We want to be part of the circularity of fashion and keep really nice clothes in people's closets and on their bodies. And out of the landfills. And so that was a huge motivation too for adding the whole element of vintage.
Well, and you were in Italy too, right? And that was a little inspiration, I know.
Yes. And they are doing great things with vintage, by the way, remaking it, restyling it. And I found some great vintage pieces when I was over there too. So, and then just the whole concept of this Eco Decor, this little boutique / kind of workroom. I have like my sewing machine set up in here, so I can actually do some designing and work here in the boutique, and then clients can shop. I like to do one-on-one, very intimate experience, and that's what I experienced in Italy
too.
Right?
It's very exclusive. I love that.
Yes. Yeah, it's very personable, and you get to know your clients and what they need and what they like, and so that I really fell in love with that.
Okay, so let's talk about eco-fashion, because I know how passionate you are about it, and why is it so important? Like, can you tell the viewers, why? Why should we do slow fashion? Why is it so important?
Sure. There's a number of reasons. Number one, though, fashion is almost the number one contributor to waste in the world, next to our petroleum, our gasoline industry. So it used to be 3, 4, but now we've pushed our way up there because of fast fashion, and we have to do something. I mean, I think we all can agree that we've had some crazy weather, and also that our landfills can't take any more. And other countries, we often dump our waste on them. So a lot of things that go to Goodwill and so on and so forth, end up in countries, third world countries, and they can't even do anything with it. So it's really a problem. And so my solution is finding really nice, I want to focus on American designers.
Okay.
Like Mary McFadden. I'm wearing one of her jackets today. Very well made here in America. She started during the 70s, and she started in couture, and she dressed people like Princess Di and Jackie O. Kennedy. And anyway, so I fell in love with her things. I actually was researching her and found a really cute pink dress or gown and wore it to my son's wedding.
Oh, I love that.
And it was an Indian wedding, and it fit perfectly because her inspiration comes from Asia and from Africa. So she pulls a lot of her designs from there.
Well, and before we talk about Mary McFadden, because I'm so excited about this, I wanted to give you some stats, because you know I love my stats, you guys. So clothing production has doubled between 2000 and 2015, while the lifespan of garments shrank. Some clothes are discarded after only 7 to 10 wears, according to Ellen MacArthur Foundation. The fashion industry produces 100 billion garments a year, and 87%, which is 40 million tons, 40 million tons end up in a landfill where they smolder and pollute the air, or an incinerator, according to earthday.org. And there's also toxins in the fast fashion that people don't know about. So when you're putting on something that's, you know, made fast fashion that's cheap, there's actually toxins that are in.
Well, there's plastics. In our in the clothing that we wear, and especially the workout clothes that we wear.
That's
and
even
those
worse.
are microplastics that get into our water systems, and they impact fish, and they impact water and the making of of air, the air that we breathe. So there is definitely a carbon footprint that is not good for our earth, nor for us and our bodies. So.
And we love the vintage stuff, and we love to find pieces. I've already found pieces today since I've been here that I'm going to probably be leaving with. And you will too if you come in. Okay, so let's talk real quick before we get into Mary McFadden. Let's talk about what you can find here, because you have a lot of different collections.
Yes.
Right?
So I love vintage, like I said, but I also love estate shopping. So I've picked up some paintings.
Oh yeah, look at this. You have to see this painting.
And when I find something, I just, I gravitate, I get it. I also have focused on, some vases and vintage scarves. I have some Mary McFadden pieces, also other vintage jewelry. This came from a designer in the early 1900s and went out of business in the 60s. You can find some really beautiful estate pieces. Why go to Anthropologie and buy something that's, not well made when you can buy a little piece of history and tell your friends, oh, look what I found, and it has the story, and
you have the most amazing sunglasses too. I love and you're like the Louboutins, you guys. I think I'm gonna have to leave with this.
These actually are made from apple leather from Bebe. I met her when I was in Italy, and she does purses as well. And these purses actually could be a man bag too. They don't just have to be for
there was a guy that was wearing them at one of your events.
Yes. So I have it in this wonderful color. Here you go.
I love this.
And then also in a green, which is kind of fun too.
And it's kind of futuristic a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's very artsy, and it goes with what I'm wearing. Yeah?
I love that.
You can do this.
So cute. That. This green one matches your outfit.
And so she does purses as well. These are also made of apple leather. And then I carry another designer, Tina France.
Tina France, and she's on. Shout out to Tina. She's watching
Tina.
us. Hi, Tina.
She takes waste. She's actually in the interior design industry, so she takes waste from there, and she remakes. She uses the waste to make these beautiful purses.
I have this purse.
Yeah, so they're really fun
purse.
And and stylish.
And you both have that eco-friendly. You both are into the fashion and the footprint.
It's about saving waste and reusing it for sure. And then I have some pieces for me. This is a zero waste design dress, and so the philosophy behind this dress is to take one piece of fabric and use the entire thing. And so this was a dress I designed a few years ago.
This is for the spring collection, right, for 2023?
Mm-hmm.
And this was inspired by Vivienne Westwood.
Yes.
Who we love.
I know. And let's see, and then this is
Oh,
another
this
dress
one's one of my favorites.
made from scraps, and all of the scraps are on the bias, and they were cut into diamond shape or triangles.
It's like a 20s or 30s kind of look to it.
It's got that vibe. Taken a men's suit and cropped it, something that you can do easy at home. And then these are vintage brooches that I found when I went estate shopping.
I just saw Xana Roberts Rossi on the Drew Barrymore show, and she was teaching you. There was somebody on there that was teaching how to cut, so
jacket?
you could cut your jackets or your shirts.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. I'm sure there's a lot of do-it-yourself, videos out there on how to do it. And if you have a jacket and you want me to do it, I can do it.
There you go.
And then, and I just wanted to share. Did you want? Grace Designs.
Okay, so this is
Grace Knits, and she is a local designer here in San Diego, and she won the Golden Scissors Fashion Show a couple of years ago through Mesa College, and this skirt is just awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
This is so Parisian to me. Can you imagine this with like a denim jacket?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's super cute, and even with my boots.
And so unique.
Yeah, and it's made out of wool, and it's lined in linen. So she uses all natural fibers, which is better for our environment than using fast fashion, which relies on petroleum-based fabrics.
Oh my gosh.
So,
wow.
Better for your body. And then this is so in right now. The crochet is like. This is Uta Designs, and I love her things. This is a shorter piece that you could actually throw over if you had like a long sleeve T-shirt and you wanted to jazz it up, like a black T-shirt for the night out on the town.
Yeah.
She has pieces that you could wear maybe over your swimsuit and to the beach. Okay.
This is so cute.
Yeah, and then here we go. Here's some other. And then, do you want to get to the gowns?
Okay, we got to talk about Mary McFadden, you guys. I've been dying to talk about this. So tell us a little bit again, because I know you mentioned that she was a designer like in the 70s, right?
Yes.
So tell everybody who Mary McFadden is if they don't know.
Okay, so unfortunately she recently passed away. But Mary McFadden was known as the architect of fashion design. And she referenced, like I said, her designs from the Orient and from Africa, she pulled from there. But she's known for these column dresses, and these are from the 80s, but I have a couple from the 70s that are even more straight. But she is known for this pleating, which is called the Mari pleating, and she basically imitated Fortuny. Fortuny did it first with silk, and he's in Italy, in Venice, Italy.
Okay.
But when he passed away, he took his secret to his death. He did not share with anybody how to do this pleating, and so no one can replicate it, but she was able to do it with the synthetic fabric. So she sourced her fabric from Australia, had it dyed in Japan, because in Japan, they are known for dyeing. They're experts. And she was very much a perfectionist. She wanted everything authentic and done very well. And then this.
And it was synthetic charmeuse, right?
Yes. And
okay.
so this is a synthetic charmeuse, and it does not. Look, this is from like the early '80s, and it's in fabulous condition.
Well, and it was like draped like liquid gold on a woman's body or something, is what they say.
To peg the body, yes. And
so, this is the Barbie dress, which I'm going to get into, people. I didn't have time to squeeze into it, but you will see me in this dress.
So I have it in different colors.
This
one's
really
if you want to be the star of an event, wear a Mary McFadden dress. This
one's great, too.
One of the last social designers for socialites, and she has a really amazing history behind her. It's a showstopper, and
it's something that you've never really seen before either, right?
And I think it would be an investment piece too, because she is one of the few American designers who really has an original, one-of-a-kind look.
And she even has, let's talk about some of these too,
so
right?
She ventured into ready-to-wear, which she regretted, she said.
Oh no.
Yeah, because the quality went down. And then also in the 80s, we started to shift and send everything overseas. So you have some things made in the Ukraine, some things made in China.
So not in the U.S.
She didn't like losing that control. But if you notice in her ready-to-wear, like the jacket that I'm wearing, she incorporated her jewelry into her pieces. So the hardware on her jackets.
Oh, wow.
This is from probably the early 80s, and look at how
It's amazing.
it's still in really great shape.
Oh, that's great.
Maybe it's a little later, I don't know. It could be the 90s, but by 2000 she ended up closing up shop. But here are some other, these are couture pants. These are in great shape.
Oh,
These
my
are like
gosh.
culotte pants. And then I also have a pencil skirt from her. And then this is more of her ready-to-wear.
Oh, my God, I'm loving this, you guys.
So
Look at this.
I believe originally
Look,
these,
it looks like your jacket a
I
little
know,
bit.
I know, we match, right? So her stuff is still in style, and that's what happens when someone designs things really, really well. They never go out of style. And so this was probably a dressing gown, but you can most definitely wear this out on the town. Throw a little sweater over it, or a leather jacket.
And it's like a slip dress, which is always in, right?
Always
I mean,
in.
always in.
And this one's great because it's a little more forgiving, right? So those of us who like to eat a great dinner and don't want to show it, there you go.
You don't have to worry about it. Well, and I have a fun little fact on Mary McFadden. So when she started her career, she worked as a PR director for Christian Dior, and she came from a wealthy family, so the money wasn't so important to her. And so she actually negotiated where she would get paid 50 dresses a year from Christian Dior instead of getting money. I need to figure out how to get 50 dresses a year from you. Let's work on that.
Well, you're on your way. You've been wearing a few of my things, which I completely appreciate. But yeah, no, Mary McFadden, she was definitely ahead of her time, and you can.
And are you probably one of the only places that has her stuff, right?
I hope so.
I mean, I've never heard of anybody carrying Mary McFadden.
Yes. She was a trailblazer, and that's one of the reasons why I really like her. And if you see, most of the designers that I have in here are women. So I really feel passionate about supporting women. And Mary McFadden was also the same way. She won the Coty Awards during the 70s. I don't know. It's maybe a fashion history that people don't know about. But the Coty Awards went away, and then the SDFA came along, the Council of Fashion Design of America. And so she started the first one. She was very connected with Vogue. She worked for Vogue when she lived in Africa. Yep. She was married 10 times, so she's, I was
looking at her history.
She was a very passionate, romantic woman, right?
Yeah.
And but she really was invested in young designers. She really was passionate about helping them, and so starting that organization was one way for her to back up new talent, America talent, and get them out there and seen. And so I'm a little bit of a fashion nerd, and I could go on and on and on and on.
Well, can we also really quick show the dress that I'm definitely going to be wearing? Look at this one, you guys. And red is on my list that I need to buy more red.
There you go.
So this dress is amazing. So this is the same ready-to-wear line, right?
Right, yes. Ready to wear. And then she also started to do a little bit in shoes, which I have the shoes on the table. And then she was known for, so the ropes, I believe, are definitely like a Middle Eastern type thing. And you'll see that in a lot of her designs.
Oh, the ropes. I love that. So what would you do the ropes? What would you do? Tie the dresses with them?
Yeah, if you had like a tunic or a dress that needed to be belted, that would be a wonderful way. And then she also wore it around her neck and as a necklace.
Oh, that's a good
so
idea.
You could do,
and I like the silver and the gold.
Yeah, you could do it either way. She is known for, she was meticulous about design, and you'll see one of the design features in her clothing is she used this itty-bitty teeny piping in everything.
Wow.
And I was able to get one. I actually sold one of her quilted jackets, which she is also known for. This is one of her earlier pieces, probably from the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. But this is definitely like a bridal jacket.
That's beautiful.
It needs a little mending, which I'm going to do, and then make a little slip dress for it. So if there's any brides out there that are interested in something that's unique and one of a kind, hit me up.
Yeah. Well, and her stuff has gotten so expensive now, too. I was looking online, and I was like, and your prices here are so good, I feel like, for what you're offering. You said like maybe $150 for the ready-to-wear, right?
Yeah. Well, for the slip dresses.
For the slip dresses, right. Yeah. But I was looking, I mean, like, you're looking at almost like $1,000 now for like the Mary, even
It's
more.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, because
And-
she had just recently passed,
Right.
and a lot of people know about her.
And all of a sudden, there's a huge interest. And she has an exhibit going on in Philadelphia where she is from, and we can put more specifics about that exhibit if you're interested.
Okay, perfect.
And, yeah, so
Well, okay, so I want to ask you, how do people work with you and work with you at this shop? Because you also do custom pieces. I know you're working on custom pieces.
yes.
So tell people about that.
Yes, okay. So I do custom pieces. I have a client who saw a dress that she really liked that I had done, and actually you wore the Cinderella dress.
I wore it on the show, on the
online.
Cinderella dress.
Yes, and so I'm remaking that dress for her, but in a different fabric. So any of the dresses that you've seen that come from my collection, I can definitely remake those dresses.
Yeah, because I remember the Vivienne Westwood piece, you have that in a few different colors too, because
Yes.
people can pick a different color.
Right.
Okay.
Pink, light purple, light blue, yes.
And how long does it take to make something like that for you?
Usually just a couple of weeks if I
Okay.
already have a pattern, but if I need to make a new pattern, it'll probably take more like 4 weeks because there's a process of me meeting with you, getting your measurements, and making a toll and fitting the customer, and then making the dress and fitting the customer again.
Well, and you did the pink dress for Mary Lee for breast cancer, remember, for one of her events that she had too. I know. So you've done a lot of great dresses. And then where can we find this? Like, where can we go to see the dresses? Like online or?
Both. So
Okay.
I'm going to be getting these dresses up online so that you can see them on my website, but they're not there now.
Okay.
But look for that in the future. You also can make an appointment with me, and we can do a Zoom. You don't have to come downtown if you don't want to, and I can show you around the boutique.
Okay.
And we can meet one-on-one if there's something that you'd like to come down and try on for sure.
And it's always by appointment only, right?
By appointment only, yes.
Okay, and so hours for you, like Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6?
Yes.
And then Saturday, 11 to 4?
Correct.
And then you can shop online anytime.
24 hours.
24 hours. And then could you find pieces for people? Is that another thing that you would do? Like, say somebody says, oh my gosh, I saw this Mary McFadden dress, or oh, something. Would you find something for them?
So I had a client in mind, and I found a jacket similar to this, but it was more ornate. And these are 100% silk, by the way. Her earlier pieces are couture pieces. Her jackets are all 100% silk. And then in the 80s, she started to use more synthetics. But the earlier pieces are definitely 100% silk.
Wow.
Which I appreciate because I like my natural fibers.
Right.
But I did find a jacket for this one woman that I had in mind, and I showed it to her, and she bought it like right away. So I didn't even have time to take pictures of it, get it online. So no, I do think about people who I know and where they can wear them and how they can wear them. And that's another thing. I can help you with styling too. A lot of what I have in here are statement pieces.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I definitely can say so unique, the pieces that you have.
Yeah. Not department store stuff, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so she's at 444 West C Street, Suite 340. That's downtown. Or ecodecors.com, right?
Yes.
Ecodecors.com.
Correct.
Okay, good. And we'll post everything for you guys. And if you have questions for Timmithea, let us know. But we just love everything that you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, and thanks for tuning in.
I know. We love it so much, you guys.
See you.
I know. And we'll see you next time, you guys. It's Friday. Be nice to each other out there today. And we'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego.
Ciao.
Bye.